Hello, paint liquor. What's going on, champion? Alright, today we're going to try and make this look like this. Let's see if we can achieve said result. Oh, right, let's just trim this bad boy off. I want to kiss it like Michael. I want to do it like Prince. Look down behind me. G'day, Foxalotl. Quiff. Hello, mate. Mini MF, what's happening, mate? Yes, welcome all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, depending on your locations. We're shelving a project for a little while. No, it's I just sort of felt the need to do something else. So he's kicking along. What I think I'll do next is put some grass on the base, a little bit of work there, and then I'm going to paint these trims in gold. So he's very close to finished, but yeah. I figured I'll do that off stream, because I'm just really excited about painting this bust. Yeah, no, I definitely don't do that normally, but for whatever reason, yesterday I just got urges to get cracking on this. So just makes for better streaming when I'm doing something that isn't just super minute details. So yeah, I'm excited about this this bust. I feel like I'm about to have a breakthrough with non-metallic metal. Yeah, this is. I'm not sure that I'm going to classify that as finished, but it's probably pretty close. So, but yeah, I'm just really trying to learn more. Feel like I'm about to have a breakthrough, so on non-metallic metal. So I finished season 8 in the finale of Arrow yesterday. I reckon I watched Arrow for the first time like 5 years ago. Got through to about season 3. I was like, yeah, this is awesome. But I couldn't keep pace with the show and the releases. So I have watched it a couple of times since then. But one of the things that stopped me finishing the show on my last watch was the crossover events. They do a crossover event each year, and in those previous crossover events I didn't have access to the other shows. Arrow was the only one that was on Netflix. So at this time all of the other shows are on other streaming services that I have subscriptions to, so I was able to watch the full crossovers. I'll talk about those in a second, because I'll just answer Mini-Mess question. I want it to look more like gold, basically. My problem with non-metallic metal, I get it to a point where I feel like, yeah, this looks awesome, and then I can't quite get it over the line to make it look like gold. It looks wrong. So I'm trying to fix that. Yeah, so the crossover events, the DC crossover events, I've got to tell you, fuck, they're good. I did one each year, like the last 3 years or 4 years or whatever it is. Hey, Destroman. And they've just been really clever. They haven't always been as cohesive as you might want, but it's still cool the way they've managed to do it. It is, mate, yes. Here's the other arm. That's what we're going for. Eventually. That shouldn't take too long, really. I think I did that in about an hour yesterday, 2 hours maybe. Wasn't paying attention. I was just having fun. I do want to do some other colour reflecting from behind. Reflecting into the gold from behind, so it's on the cards for potentially a little bit later on. Yep. Well, the main question I'm asking myself at the moment is what colour and why. I guess I do a lot of red. I do a lot of reds in my work. So I don't really want to do red. I feel like a colder colour to contrast with the warm golds. It's probably interesting. Lay up down, I can walk you down the aisle. Kiss it like Michael. Wanna do it like Prince. And the turquoise could be the go. You know, the only downside with painting this gold is I was really excited about painting this steel. and trying to do like reflections and stuff, but I felt like gold was what I needed to do because it's something I need to improve. So So if you're wondering what colours I'm using, I've got a number of colours on my palette here. And I'm doing a lot more mixing than I normally would. But the main colours that I am working with is Chimera Red Oxide, Chimera Warm Yellow, Vallejo Flat Yellow, and a couple of other ones, Morning Sky White. They're actually all original Chimera except for Morning Sky. That's in the Pizarski set. So one of the things that I think I've been missing or getting wrong with my non-metallic metal is just making sure that there is enough of a dark elements. I think I've had too much of the highlight colour, and making sure that I'm leaving the dark bits in the shadows has been my main focus on trying to paint this stuff. So it's okay, I'm tweaking back and forth. I'm going to go back in and add more shadow areas and so forth, but just making sure that I'm consciously thinking to myself, yeah, I need to add more shadow, make sure I'm leaving more of the darker elements in the gold. Yeah, I tend more towards cartoony than hyper-realistic. Well, I wonder if I would say that's conscious or not. I mean, I think that's pretty reflective of my personality. Just the fantastical nature of the things I paint. Don't know, that's an interesting question, isn't it? I just want to be able to switch to a more realistic style, I guess. Not even really switch to it, just feel like I've got the ability to shift gears on a piece if I'm trying to do something like the historical. Fucking Kirill. I was replying to a dude the other day about painting stuff, and I basically said, man, everyone looks up to everyone. You know, everyone looks up to someone. There's painters out there like Masculins, you know, Andy Wardle, all those great dudes. They all look up to someone. And then I said, except for Kirill, that fucker doesn't look up to anyone. That guy's the king. Kirill! There's a lot of Russian painters that do really great stuff on figure painting, like historical stuff, I should say. I love it when we. One other element of me painting in this style is I haven't done as much airbrushing. I still do a little bit, but didn't do as much airbrushing on that. Do some at the end. Tweak colours. Blend things in. It's mostly brushwork. Old school. I love it when we. So I still haven't done any more work on my diorama. I haven't done any gap filling, anything like that. So I'm going to have to get onto that today, so we can be ready to commence. Soon. Did get a nice plinth though for the base, so I guess I did something for it. Okay, Finder, what's going on, mate? It's not Uther from Camelot. It's Uther from Black Crow. It's a super cool bust, but no, it's not from Camelot. It's the guy who looks like the Hound. There is definitely an Uther in Camelot, yeah. Great figure. yeah, I mean the sculpt's got two heads. One's the head I've chosen, which is the bald head, and the other one's dead set Sandor Clegane. The Hound from Game of Thrones, my man. If you haven't seen Game of Thrones, I won't spoil it for you. But he's a cool character. Yeah. Fair enough. Fair play to you. It's pretty good. I mean, it was pretty good. I read the books before the show though, so I'm a bit biased. So the part where I tend to struggle is around now, making it look convincing as metal, but giving it enough colour, making it look like gold or steel, and not just desaturating with highlights too much. This is the part that catches me out. Yeah, and that's where I've gone wrong in the past, is I've taken the value up so bright, which is, you know, what I feel like you need to do with non-metallic metal so it looks like metal, but then I lose the sheen, the colour, the thing that makes it look like metal. The thing that makes it look like gold at any rate. I get by when I do steel because steel looks grey anyway. I tend to love things that have like lots of seasons and stuff that I can get my teeth into. Like my favourite book series is The Wheel of Time, just because it takes me fucking ages to read it. G'day Rob Kelly, how are you mate? Yeah, and that's what I did with this piece, using the airbrush for that later stage. But I think there's also been a gap in my my placement of lights and shadows, and how I've approached that. G'day Weetabix. Yeah, it definitely takes a lot of time to sit down. I don't have kids or anything, so I can do whatever I want. So yeah, watching Game of Thrones, fuck yeah. Sign me up for a few weeks of fucking epic fantasy. See you, champion. I've just restarted the Dresden Files audiobooks in my car rides, because I drive a lot for work, so I listen to audiobooks or podcasts or stuff. I don't usually listen to music. And fuck, the Dresden Files is a well done audiobook series. I've listened to quite a few audiobooks. Harry Potter, Wheel of Time, Dresden Files, a couple of others. The Wheel of Time, G'day Plank. The Wheel of Time books were a bit of a slog for me with the audiobooks. They have a female narrator and a male narrator for the two different sort of viewpoints they have, and the third book's when the series starts to get good, mate. Like, the first two books kind of like set up the world and set up the character and everything, and I think if you stopped at book two, you'd be like, oh, that was fine, I'm not really that keen, but it was okay. The third book is when the foot hits the gas, and the series just continues to get better and better from that point. I've even recommended people start at book 3 before they go back and read book 1 or 2, because it's that much more exciting, interesting. Yeah, exactly. Spike's the guy who does the audio, and he's so good. Like, I actually hear him in my head when I'm reading the books now. He does lots of really good voices. Yeah. Alright, so I'll just bring this over so you can see. So this is what we're aiming for. You can see how much more saturated this is. So what we're going to do, we're going to do a lot more glazes of yellows and oranges into this to get this. Just need to keep building up this value. Small brush. G'day, Stevie. What's going on? Oh, did your Ultima Thule arrive already? Man, that's awesome. It's also not good for me because I've got a massive diorama planned for that too. I hope it will, Quiff. Yeah, I hope it will. Just the really different approach to the light placement and stuff. Oh, the latest Kickstarter update did mention that they were going to start sending soon. So I'm happy with Eldarian. I think he's good. I just think I'm in one of those really key learning periods at the moment. Ah, poor kid, back to work. Yeah, I've hit that point where I feel like I'm really learning a lot with my approach, doing a lot of watching videos, trying to visualize things in a different way, blah 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 blah. Sometimes you need to do videos, watch videos, do research. Sometimes you need to get stuck in and paint. I think most people do too much of the research, not enough of the just fucking painting. So that's where I'm at. Yesterday I was like, alright, I'm gonna stop fucking watching and start painting. Thank you, Stevie. It's supposed to look like gold. It's gonna eventually look like this. We hope. Kissing like Michael. Cadillac. From the way I feel, I could walk down the aisle. Haha, Phoenix. G'day, champion. I wonder if I managed to sort out my... I didn't sort out my bot yet. Phoenix. Go follow that guy. You're all here because of him anyway, so. I'm doing alright, champion. I'm doing alright. I poked my head into your stream a little bit before, but I didn't say hello. I saw you painting the squig. I particularly liked the non-metallic metal on those funnel things. I like that little subtle hint of green in the middle part. Thought the cream coloured armour was fucking glorious, so keep up the great work, my man. Everyone that's just joined, welcome. Welcome to Big Dano Paints. I'm not as good as Phoenix, so I apologise for that. This is what this is my. I don't recall too many print lines. It was not too bad. I did a little bit of trimming. Yeah, didn't finish him. Going to finish him later. Brutal Delight. This is what we're going for in the end. This is what we're hoping it's going to look like. So I'll step through each of the colours that I've done. So I started with this Chimera Red Oxide mixed in with black, and then I mixed in Warm Yellow from Chimera, and I've also used a little bit of this Flat Yellow from Vallejo. And we're now on a cold yellow Sunray, this one phase. But I'm gonna be doing some contrast paints very soon to help re-add the intensity of the colour. I'll let you know when I master it. I think that's probably a question for Phoenix more than me, mate. He's very good at non-metallic metal. I actually bought one of his pieces for that very reason. So. G'day, Jet. Yep, it's probably a fair observation. Well, the first question you have to ask yourself is where is the light source? So that's a general rule for miniature painting, full stop. Because that question pretty much shapes every decision that you make. Oh, thanks, Jed. You're a champion. If you are not sure where your light source is, you're never going to have convincing highlights or non-metallic metal for that matter. But yeah, so once you've answered that question, where's the light source, then you can start considering the highlights from the perspective of what type of object it is, and from the perspective of what type of volume you're dealing with. So the first question, what type of object is it, that changes the decision making about how you highlight something. So if you're going to highlight fabric, then that highlight is a different highlight to if you're going to paint non-metallic metal or plastic, or every volume that you can paint has a way that you should paint it based on what type of surface it is. So let's use this as an example here. This is a cylinder. However, it's a cylinder that has a little bit larger at one end than the other. And so rather than having a line that's just consistent length, we're having larger parts down the bottom here because that's the shape of the object. This is a sphere basically, so we've got a sphere-like shape. So once you have established here, this is where my light source is. This is what type of object I want it to be. You can then answer the question of where the highlights go. So for me, the light source is from the top right, like this direction. So we've got this being where the light's reflecting, this being where the light's reflecting, this being where the light's reflecting. Now here, this is actually probably not quite right, because this light source should be a little bit wider across given where the placement of the light is. But again, this is all stuff that you tweak back and forth and hopefully improve. Toppy! Fuck, what did I want to say? I wanted to say something to you the other day, but I forgot. I don't remember. How you doing, champion? Oh, Ted Lasso, that's right. How fucking good is Ted Lasso, eh? So good. G'day, K-Sauce. Man. Couldn't believe how much I liked that show. I mean, I figured it would be up my alley. I like sports. But I didn't think I would like it as much as I did, and I certainly didn't think that my girlfriend would like it as much as she did. She thought it was the fucking best. Yeah, might be all that you care. Yes, not sure, mate. Not sure yet. We were chatting about that last night. Yeah. We'll probably. Well, I'm going to watch Shadow and Bone by myself in my spare time. Don't know what my girlfriend and I will watch. We might try that. World of Warcraft show. What's it called? G'day, Alessandro. Don't call my name. Don't call my name. Alessandro. Thank you, K-Sauce. Yeah, watch the first episode. I think it'll be okay. I'll happily mentor anyone on this stream, mate. Send me a message anytime. I even made a super cool video for a dude the other day. It was great. Here, I'll even link you the video. You can all watch it if you want. It's currently unlisted, but it might be all that you get. Yes, it is indeed topless. Yes, this is what we're going for. This is hopefully what will finish up looking this gold like. Hopefully. Woo. Woo, woo. Heaven knows I'll try. Top, tell me about your painting experience at the moment, mate. I feel like you are cranking out a lot of works. I feel like some of your works are starting to show some pretty significant signs of improvement. What are your feelings on the matter? Thanks for following Josh YCT. Have you read my article, K-Source? Yes, that was at you, Topless. Read my article on the psychology of miniature painting. Cool. Very rarely, in my humble opinion, is it a lack of knowledge that holds people back. It is generally a lack of practice. Thank you, monosyllabic monk. I mean, this is an hour's worth of work so far, champion. So patience isn't really necessary. The year might beyond your kit. From an outside perspective looking in Topless, I think your works recently have started to evolve in a new direction, which is always a good thing and a scary thing. Awesome, Alex. Painter's block or painter's depression, I cannot help you with. Because that is a real personal thing. My solution is to walk away and not paint for a while. Because I know that I will come back to it when I feel like it. And because I enjoy this. I have no concerns that I will not come back to it. That's not necessarily the solution for everyone. Well, I also feel similarly about watching magnificent painters, but at the same time, those painters are the ones that inspire me to continue to be better. So I think it's natural to feel a little bit of envy, but you can give yourself a slap around the ears and say, that person was also somewhere where I am now at some point in their career, and they managed to achieve what they've achieved, so I can do so as well. One of my mentors when I was a fair bit younger had a saying, the 3 P's. You can achieve anything with the 3 P's: passion, perseverance, and practice, practice, practice. And I, at the time when he was telling me this, was like, whatever, mate. The older I've got, the more I believe that to be the case. The problem is most people start with passion and then that ebbs away. And that's where the perseverance comes in. I don't believe I do anything that's difficult. I'm all about the fucking easiest solution to everything. No, that was some contrast paints, mate. I did 3 different contrast paints. I did Gore Grunter Fur, which is a reddy brown. I did Iandan Yellow, which is a very intense yellow. And then I did some Griffhound Orange in specific spots. So let's compare the two. Yeah, you can see this one's got a lot more orange in it, so maybe I'll add more orange. Mini Mancer. G'day, mate. Heaven knows I've tried. Yeah, it might be all that you get. So I'm trying to do as much back and forth as I can. Tweaking with colours. But I'm actually going to leave that one there for the moment and do the breastplate so I can glue everything together, because I think it'll be much easier when everything's together to tweak. Yeah, it still needs more orange, doesn't it? Alright. Oh, thanks, K-Sauce. Let's just get a little bit more orange. Alright. Breastplate time. Potentially some more brown, yep. We're getting there with it. The Pigeon Squirter, thank you for the subscription, mate. Yeah, I think I need to see this piece all together, but it's really hard to do this particular chest plate when the arms are covering it up so much. So I just want to knock this out a little bit, so we'll get this to the same stage as those, so then I can start working on the whole piece as a whole. And then we need to decide what colour we're going to go with for reflective light from the back. For those who missed the start of the stream, one of the things I talked about was just where I've been going wrong with my non-metallic metals, or one of the areas. Just been not leaving enough dark colours, dark areas. So I'm really actively trying to leave more dark areas. Might add a bit of orange in this time, since the other one obviously had a bit more orange in it. At this stage, I'm not really concerned about the shapes of or direction of strokes, because everything at this point is going to create more contrast, texture, and so on. What I'm trying to consider is where is the light source, which we know it to be at the top from here. And how is that going to reflect on this surface, given that it is a metallic surface? So, as an example, this line here that I've just done, that exists because the light is hitting the shoulder pad section here and bouncing back onto this. So this isn't going to be as bright a highlight as the main ones, but it is still going to exist. Now we're moving into a little bit of the warm yellow mixed in with red oxide. This one will take a few layers because it is not a strong colour. Frosty Vodka, I'm painting a very cool bust from Black Crow Miniatures. We're going to have non-metallic metal gold all over it. It's going to be very, very fun. Hopefully. Indeed, I hope it is. Thank you for the 10 snowman bits. A Frosty Vodka. Thank you. Thanks for the follow, mate. Yes, I hear you, mate. Thanks, Frosty. I think the tricky part, top, is we're not dealing with like perfect spheres. Now, a perfect sphere is easy. You know where the light source is. You know how to highlight a perfect sphere. Everyone does that in like art when they're in school. But yeah, it's the fact that very few of the objects are purely spherical. They are spheres of a kind, and I think that's what makes them hard. Yeah. Okay, Wampa, I'm using the bald one. Boom, bald head. Top, I don't really have any advice for you other than just acknowledge the fact that it's a spherical-ish object, and then think about which parts are true spheres, and then which parts are not spheres but are rectangular panels. Because I actually think I find flat rectangular panels more tricky than spheres these days. Mm. It's a good idea, mate. Yep. Some great spheres too, might I add. Oh, yeah, a couple of tra-la-las. That's how we dance the day away in the merry old land of Oz. Yo ho ho, yeah ha ha. Couple of dee-dee-dees. That's how we dance the day away in the merry old land of Oz. Yo ho ho, yo ho ho. This is a much more challenging shape than the shoulder pad things. Find this is much trickier to visualize where I want to put the lights. Mate, you know, I looked at it and I love it. I really, really love it. I think it's one of the coolest sculpts to come out recently. But for whatever reason, I didn't buy it. I may change my mind. And I kind of hope I do. But well, maybe it's just like from a painting perspective, it doesn't feel like a model that's got a lot of opportunity to do something different. Don't know. A metallic sphere doesn't operate differently. No. What you get is more light from below, like the underlight. So normally a sphere with the light coming from here, you do your brightest light here. What you're also getting is this light, and so you have a little more light down here, and then you also have your light from the back. So. Well, it's hard to replicate correctly in a three-dimensional surface anyway. But for normal spheres, you probably don't need to worry about it. But particularly for non-metallic metal, which is super reflective, definitely needs the other lights that exist, and that's what I tend to call environmental light. Right, that light source there, that's the environmental light, because it'll be picking up the colour from the ground. So if the ground's green, then you'll get a green colour there. Generally not, no. But the thing you have to keep in mind, right? First of all, I'm not a fucking expert, so don't trust everything I say. Take it with a grain of salt. Do some research, practice for yourself. But there's the rule of cool, which overwhelms everything else. Sometimes you do things because they look super cool. Even if they're not necessarily entirely correct. Ugh. Hey, rule of cool, mate. If it looks cool, pink belt buckles away. For me, the rule of cool is about people understanding that, you know, we have a lot of rules that come up. People talk about the rules of doing this, and even I'm guilty of saying, this is the way you do X, Y, Z according to the rules. What the rules should say is do whatever you want, because this is art, and there's no fucking rules. Which of course isn't true, because there's a lot of rules and why things work and how things look good. But the rule of cool for me is about learning it's okay to break those rules. Sometimes. When it's cool. Oh yeah. I loved Casino Royale. I thought it was one of the best Bond movies, if not the best that I'd ever seen. I haven't got into any of the other ones. I haven't followed it. I haven't seen any of the other ones at the cinemas. I think Daniel Craig's a very good Bond, but I don't know, just not. Casino Royale was fucking awesome though. I think I will go back and watch them at some point. Yo-ho-ho, couple of TDDs. That's how we dance the day away in the merry old land of Oz. I love The Wizard of Oz when I was a kid. I've been a very big fan of The Wizard of Oz for a long time. It was so cool to do a diorama of The Wizard of Oz. Is it? Is Quantum of Solace that bad, is it? Yeah. Fuck, Mads Mikkelsen's the man, eh? But at the time that came out, I was also mad keen into poker. Does everyone else remember that? That era was like fucking just Texas Hold'em poker everywhere. All the fucking time. Because I think in the original or the Bond books, it wasn't Texas Hold'em. It was like Canasta or something. But yeah, fuck, so good. Pay that man his money. There's another great one. That one was before the crazy Texas Hold'em phase, though. That one was just a film about that because people were like, yeah, Texas Hold'em's mad. Remember, like late or early 2000s, everyone was just going apeshit about Texas Hold'em. World Poker Tour was going mental. They're fucking playing it on. Connect 4. Very good, very good. Rounders, Malkovich. Pay that man his money. Yeah, I vividly remember it. I was playing online all the fucking time. Fuck me. Yeah. Yeah, I used to play every Saturday night. It was awesome. What's illegal about it, Minimancer? I've been doing it for 30 minutes, mate. Fuck, that is a magnificent observation. Topless. He was a fucking nothing character, eh? In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, an absolutely nothing character. That is indeed true. Display painting stuff's been 6 or 7 years now. That is 100% correct. I can't remember the guy's name. What was his name? I remember Mordo. I remember Mordo was fucking Chiweedle Ejiofor or whatever his name is. I can't tell you Mads Mikkelsen's name in fucking Doctor Strange. He was someone. Yeah, some fucking stupid character. Topless, you've just ruined fucking Doctor Strange for me, mate, because now I'm just regretting the fact that they haven't got Mads Mikkelsen as someone else. Alright. The wonders of airbrushing. About to make us look good, team. Soon. Le Chiffre. That was his name in Bond, wasn't it? What was his name in Hey Broadside, if I didn't already say hello. What was his name in Doctor Strange? That's it. That's it. See? Waste of one of the finest actors of our generation. Playing Caecilius, a dude who I've never even fucking heard of and will never remember. Fucking. Hello, do you have a moment to talk about our Lord and Saviour Dormammu? On your champion, have fun at movie night. Hopefully it's not that kind of movie night. In Australia we call those a porn and prawn night. I don't speak from experience. Alright, bit of airbrushing. Bye bye, Miss American Pie. Them good old boys drinking whiskey and rye, singing "This will be the day that I die." This will be the day that I die. Now the day is on our own. Screw that on a rolling stone, but it's not how it used to be. When the jester sang for the king and queen in a coat you borrowed from James Dean, and a voice that came from you and me. Oh, and while the king was looking down, the jester stole his party crown. The courtroom was adjourned, nobody was returned. A little red book of notes. Sore back today. Fucking hell. Out of nowhere. Well, not out of nowhere, I guess. Out of painting for fucking ages. You know? Might be time to do some yoga. Time for you and me. Right. Let's have a look right here. Right now. Right here. Right now. Right here. Right now. Let's put the arms on. Good for you, mate. Happy 31st birthday for that day. As you get older, your birthdays become less and less something you remember. Nice. Alright. Let's zoom out a bit. Yeah, I feel like I need more of this orangey colour in the shadows as opposed to the black colour, so I think I could probably glue it all together now, really. I don't need to get in and about. I might not glue this arm on. I might glue this arm on, actually. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And tweak. Or should I do this fabric first? Should probably do the fabric. Ah, fuck it. Always the right approach, you know? Just to say fuck it and do it. It's not the right approach, but fuck it. No, it was returned. Oops. Haven't finished yet, top. I will be pushing the highlights up, but there's no point doing that until I can view the whole piece holistically. I have a tendency to do one part really, really good and then lose my way a bit. So exactly with the reds, like I did the test last night, and I was like, yeah, this is looking awesome with these oranges and stuff in the colours, and I still haven't quite got that. So but I will. I'll get there. I would like to have a look at her again, yes. Wait a second, why the fuck have you not glued, you fucking arm? How much fucking glue did I put in there, for fuck's sake? Let's have a look. Oh. It's looking cool, Drax. I feel it is looking better than it was. The metals. The problem with them is they've lost that colour, goldness, and you've probably got your highlights being too wide. But I think it's looking good. It's looking good. Alright, wasn't what I was hoping would happen, but very good. This fucking thing. Yeah, that's a really complex figure. Draxy's trying to do there. I would be scared to paint it. Let's do some turquoise lights from behind, I think there. Turquoise is my favourite, so let's do that. Alright, let's just try and add a little bit more. Orange. Why the fuck are you fucking not glued, you piece of shit? That's a great question. What is he reading? He seems like a very learned man, doesn't he? Maybe he's reading the Kama Sutra. No, I've got no idea what he's reading. Hadn't thought about it. Just going to fill a little bit of gap here with my favourite PVA glue. So we get a nice join. The Necronomicon. Yeah, it's collector's edition. Alright. See, I like how orangey red this is. It's okay. It's okay, Deno. You can fix it, mate. Britney's greatest hits. It's getting late to give you up. You're dangerous. There's something else. And I really can't go on because I can't remember the words. With your taste of your lips, I'm all around. You're toxic, something sticking under the taste of the poison that I got. I'm addicted to you, but you know that you're toxic. So it's going to be interesting painting the non-metallic metal now, the chainmail and the buckles and so forth. Very interesting. See, this is why I wanted to glue these pieces together now, because you just need to see the areas next to each other just to know, yeah, I need some more orange, or I need some more whatever the colour may be. In this area. What I might do though, get this bit in. That's supposed to be a strap, that bit there, or what? Looks like a strap. Yeah, it doesn't feel right though, does it? Like, what's holding it in place? When I look at that, it doesn't feel right. It is okay. She'll paint it to look like a strap. All will be well. Yeah, Velcro. Am I missing the mustard glue thing? Are you guys making fun of my gold or something? So it looks like mustard. So I'm putting there's more oranges and stuff in this area because this book is going to be a leather colour, which is going to be an orangey brown. So there is a thought process behind that, but fucking hell, Dano, what are you doing? Stop fucking bumping your mouse, you fuckwit. Fuck me. Piss off. Piss off over there, you fuck. Oh, now I'm breaking my fucking paintbrush. Jeepers. No, I just bumped my mouse. And it tried to close down OBS. It was like, recordings are currently active. Would you like to close? Fuck you, mouse. If I knew what yeeting was, I probably would want to yeet. What's yeeting? Oh yeah, I'll fucking throw the shit out of stuff. Yep. Got it. Rock and roll. I'm not very young and hip these days, friends. Probably never was really. Well, friends, we'll be finishing up at some point soon. Got a very busy day ahead. That's a lie. I don't have a busy day ahead at all. I'll be doing a whole lot of fucking nothing. But I do want to start kicking about with that diorama. Let's have a little diorama update. Actually, here's my base. I've got a plinth. This isn't attached to the plinth yet because I'm trying to decide which plinth I want to use. I've got this plinth, which is very nice. Nice shape. And I've also bought this plinth. This one's just a tiny bit too big. So then there's this one. The shape, not quite as interesting, but it's much better sized for the piece. So I feel like we may go with this one and just tweak it about. Yeah, I think that's probably what we'll do. This one looks more appropriately sized. I'll just change up the basing a little bit, maybe do some water effects down around here or something. Bring that down under and a bit more. Yep. Alright. Well, and then the models are all in various bits of assembly. Need to have gap fills done. So on and so forth. Which we will. It is a fancy plinth, isn't it? I'm a fancy guy. No, it is pretty fancy. Getting urges to try and paint this little chainmail. You know what? Give in to the urges, Deno. Give in. I did. Of course they were going to, mate. Everything I've ever been involved in that's missed the target by like a few bucks has gone back and added it anyway. it should be pretty easy to do thanks to how detailed this sculpt is. A little bit of the old contrast paint should work a treat on this chainmail. And yeah, I might be all that you give. Yeah, I will. And heaven knows I've tried. There's a show I'd watch. Alright, and now we're going to do some snakebite leather because it needs to be reflecting more of the yellowy colour. Alright friends, I think we'll leave it there for today. We're going to do a green light from here. Might even put a little bit of that in there now. Let's use this colour. It's called Samurai Green. But we're not just going to cheat and use the airbrush to do this. We're going to paint it on there. Alright, so that's sort of what we're going to do. Just broadly speaking. G'day, El Viajero XD. Sure the XD is a smiley face. G'day, mate. Hola. Alright, the other arm on there as well. Let's do that. Yeah. It was a good decision not to glue the other arm on. Yeah, I'll probably try and bring that a little bit more over. And we'll probably want to see some sort of like here. Anyway, that's something for us to continue working on as we continue chipping away on this guy on the glorious Party Monday tomorrow night. G'day TJ, you've joined me just as we're about to leave, mate. I'm sorry to say. Alright friends, let us find some glorious human that we can raid on with. Let's do this. Boom. Let's go channel. Let's go channel. Let's find some. Oh, we're looking great stuff here, don't I? Let's find someone we can raid. Browse. Miniature figures. Boom. Piss off. Okay, who we got going on? That I haven't seen before. What's happening here? Let's have a look at this. That's difficult to watch there. Hard to see what's going on. Johnny Arky. Johnny, get your fucking model on camera, mate.
Some of these areas are kind of...
Come on, Johnny. Fucking hell. Apex Legends isn't miniature figures, pal. Neither's fucking that. What is wrong with people? Unexpected.
A darker skin color, right?
Yeah, skin color's gonna be.
Let's raid this guy.
So
All
light
right.
brown.
So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna show you how to kind of do
Let's
that.
raid that guy. What a
So I'm gonna
voice.
take my brush here. Got a little bit of thinner in it, just a touch. I'm gonna grab the burnt umber. And I'm pulling it off the glob, and I'm just gonna bring it down here for the sake of me thinning it out. You see how it's kind of like streaking? Look, I know my palette cam's not great, but you see how it's thinned out?
Yep.
See you,
Okay,
friends.
so I'm gonna
Have a
get that
fantastic day.
Thinned out in my
Hope to
brush.
see as many of you as possible on
And
Party
then
Monday.
This is a jump brush.
Have a great
I don't really
time.
care what
They're all
happens with this
legends. Big
brush.
time.
I am just going to
Raid!
paint it all over the skin tone parts. I'm not being very precise. I am just digging it into her face. Big Dino, what is up?
What's going on, Big Dino? I'm watching. I found it when I took the class.